We're getting ready to start our Kwanzaa program, and it's only about an hour or so. So if you can come in and have a seat, we're going to get started shortly. So come on in. We have a treat for you, and you don't want to miss it. If this is your first time celebrating Kwanzaa, raise your hand. Everybody's coming in and sit down has already celebrated Kwanzaa? Wonderful. All right, come on down. How are you? Good. And if the media person is somewhere in the building, we need you to come over ASAP. If the media person is somewhere in this building, we need you ASAP. Thank you. We'll begin shortly.
And it's on January 1st. January 1st.
Ujima. Greetings to everyone. My name is Aziza Afi, and I'm going to be your hostess with mostest today. And I am so grateful and thankful that all of you are here to listen, tune in, and participate. And of course, share your vibe with the, commemoration, celebration of Kwanzaa. So, really quickly and briefly, I just want to bring us all into a space of knowledge. Today we are on the third day of Kwanzaa. The third day. Today's principle is Ujima. Can everyone say Ujima? Ujima. 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 Yes, beautiful. That is a Swahili word meaning collective work and responsibility. Can everyone say collective work? Collective work. And responsibility. And responsibility. Beautiful, exactly. And today we are going to get deeper into what that means. And as we go through the libation with our organizer, we will, of course, have a moment to just think about what collective work and responsibility means. And we'll start off with the libation to tap in and bring in the vibe and give thanks for the people who came before us, our ancestors, who did their collective work and responsibility for our community, for ourselves, right? So that is our first representation of Ujima. Yes, collective work and responsibility. Also, when I say habaragani, that is another Swahili word that means, what's the word? What's up? What's the word, right? So when I say habaragani, we all respond with the word of the day. It's kind of perfect, right? So, when I say Habargani, you say Ujima. Are we ready? Habargani.
Ujima.
Collective work and responsibility. Beautiful, you all. May I please get a round of applause, a welcoming applause for our organizer, Mama Nabantu. She's going to lead us in the libation. Thank you.
Let's give a hand to our great host here, Aziza. Abargani.
Ujima.
Abargani.
Ujima.
Abargani.
Ujima.
Collective work and responsibility. That's exactly what we need to be doing, brothers and sisters. So I'm going to begin with the libation. And we're going to have the choir this as well. And give it to your personal ancestors.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay. We call upon our ancestors, far and near, fathers of our fathers, mothers of our mothers, to bear witness to what we have done. And by their example, to continue to inspire us toward claiming Africa, our African minds, regenerating our African spirit, liberating our homeland, and reclaiming our greatness as a people. Ashe?
Ashe.
Okay, so we pour this libation to bring to our minds their venerable African spirit, radiating their great wisdom, courage, dedication, and unyielding commitment to victory by any means necessary. It is in the honor of our Creator, our ancestors, our children, and their children that we pour this libation. Ashe. For the created and the various manifestations of the created spirit. We pour libations, Ashe.
Ashe.
For our esteemed ancestors who laid the foundation for human civilization and who provide the wisdom by which we live and by the models by which our lives are guided. Ashe. We pour libation, Ashe. For our esteemed ancestors who have suffered the atrocities and the horrors of our Ma'afa, the African Holocaust, and yet demonstrated the victorious power of the African spirit against adversity by maintaining their dignity by any means necessary. Ashe. We pour libation for those ancestors who survived and made it possible for us to be here today, to continue on their valiant struggle for African liberation and education. So at this time, if you can call out some of your personal or your biological ancestors, and we'll say Ashe after every call. All right? I'm going to start off with my mother, Jelma Ellis. Ashe.
Ashe.
Marilyn Brown.
Ashe.
Jesse Hatch.
Ashe.
Madeline Thomas.
Ashe.
Deborah Herbert.
Ashe.
Barry Perry.
Ashe. Ashe.
Jesse Hatcher.
Anyone else? Okay. Ashe.
Eleanor Pryor.
Ashe.
Lamar Thomas.
Ashe.
Nam Phillips.
Ashe.
Essie Simmons.
Ashe.
Robert Phillips.
Ashe. Okay, we pour libation. And finally, for our children and their children and future generations of Africans to come, that they too, in their time, will vindicate our race from all adversities and continue to imprint upon the world the great genius of our African humanity. Ashe. For libation, Ashe, may the venerable African spirit engulf this occasion, the third day of Kwanzaa Ujima. Ashe.
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 All right, thank you.
Thank you all. Okay, so how many of you have celebrated Kwanzaa before? Show of hands. Awesome. So I'm happy That how many have celebrated it more than once? More than twice? Great, this is exciting. So, I would like to share a bit about Kwanzaa with you all, okay? First and foremost, like I said, my name is Aziza, I'm from Atlanta, and I was raised celebrating Kwanzaa. It was a gift given to me for sure because I had the opportunity to learn about my ancestors, to learn about my heritage, both in Africa but also across the diaspora. So the Pan-African idea of our community. And the study and remembrance of Kwanzaa every year allowed me to just stay up with the knowledge of self and the knowledge of us and our community. So, really quickly, into what Kwanzaa represents. Kwanzaa is a cultural celebration. It was founded by Dr. Karenga and other members of just African radical, African nationalists, Pan-Africans, people who essentially fought for our rights in the 60s and before. Everything from reparations to our work, to our businesses, to, of course, you know, us being able to have locations like the Black Wall Street, and now the new Black Wall Street. And it was very important for us to just have something else to allow us to connect to each other. So we had the opportunity, they put in principles for us to remember things like our children, our community, our family, our languages. That's why a lot of the language that we speak during Kwanzaa time is coming from, of course, Swahili, but also other languages throughout the diaspora. So it's a great, great tool for just remembering. I would like to get into what's on our table so that we can all have an understanding of that as well. Of course, you have the books, which represent our knowledge. Books are also a great zawadi. Zawadi is a Swahili word meaning gift. So throughout the Kwanzaa time, we love to give gifts that were made by us, right? And also made for us. It's very special to be able to have a book given to you, or even something that, say, your mom made for you, or your little sister made for you, right? Then, of course, we have, as you all saw, our cup for pouring libation. You always want to keep in mind your cup, because it is the way that we always remember the blessings that are pouring into our lives. You have fruits, of course, just to give thanks for the harvest and the bounty, right, that you've received throughout the year. It was designed for Kwanzaa to be celebrated between this particular time of year because it's a celebration of the first harvest. Kwanzaa comes from a saying that means to draw the first fruit, first harvest, first fruit. And you have the candles of Kwanzaa. Now, I really need you all's help to essentially, this is going to be a little different, but essentially, we are going to light our candles right now. The black candle represents us as a people. It represents unity. The red candles represent the struggle, but also the endurance within that struggle. The green candles represent the land, the prosperity, and the future. And there are 7 candles to represent each of the principles that we acknowledge throughout Kwanzaa time. So with that being said, because we don't have any drummers right now, and my media guy, I don't know where he is necessarily, but let me check on something really quick. Give me 1 second, please. Yeah, the vibe just told me. All right, so I'm gonna need you all to put your hands together, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to clap to give ourselves just a positive vibration, give ourselves the music that the drums would give to us as we are lighting these candles. Because and as y'all know, I'm not sure, but you know how when you exclaim like at your cousin's graduation and you're like, yeah, and just the energy that comes from that, or even when you're at church and you're like, yes, and just the energy that comes from that, that's what I would like for us to bring into the space now. Because fire represents energy, water represents energy, and it's important for us to share that energy with each other to move us forward. It is a part of the principle of Ujima, collective work and responsibility. What I give out, you receive. What you put out, I receive. So right now, I am going to ask for us to just follow along and clap along, you guys. It's going to be great, okay? Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right. I love the enthusiasm. Thank you. All right. Yes, keep that going, family. Yes, you all sound amazing. Fantastic. The black candle is our unity, umoja. The red candle is our self-determination, our ability to name ourselves, speak for ourselves, Kujichakulia. And the green candle that I am lighting now is for Ujima, our collective work and responsibility. It will help us aid in building for our future, building for ourselves now, and on and on and on. You all sound amazing. Whenever you feel the vibe, you can relax. That was wonderful. You all feel that? Give yourselves a round of applause. That is your energy that you put into this space. Very beautiful. Thank you very, very much. Excuse me for 1 second. All right, so at this very moment, just tapping into what it means for collective work and responsibility, and we have a video presentation from Quilombo, a cultural academic institution here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's for the youth, and you know the youth are the truth. Do you know you're the truth, sir? Good. You know you're the truth? Do you know you're the truth? All right, y'all are ready. You too? I know you young. Yep. All right, we're all youth to someone. Anywho, so Quilombo is going to take us through another libation, and just open your hearts, open your eyes, open your ears, and tap in. Thank you.
We are African children and we are divided. We are people with all things. We belong to a family of Africans in our life. We follow the footsteps of our ancestors. We are the wings of their greatness. In a picture ourselves by collectively with our mind and teeth. We are committed to excellence, we are committed to unity, and we are committed to liberation. We are empowered by our creator. The spirit of our ancestors. But nothing stops us. Freedom is ours. Who stops us? Who stops us? Oh, beautiful shades of Africa between. Buildings, Ashe. House servants, Ashe. Factory workers, Ashe. Preachers, teachers, freedom fighters. Those who resisted in silence, Ashe. Those who resisted out loud, Ashe. Those who wandered on the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. Those who chose to survive. Great ancient priests, lords, and mystic scientists. Give us inspiration to fight 1,000 lions. Ashe. Give us the enlightenment to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Give us the sustenance to travel through the trackless arms of disharmony. Praise the Black African name. Ashe. Help us in this time of need. Longing for the top, they come through you, but they are not from you. And though they are with you, they belong not to you. Now calling your national ancestors. They have their own thoughts. They have their own thoughts. You can house their bodies, but not their souls. For their souls dwell in other limits of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You can try to be like them, but you cannot make them just like you. Try to be like them, but you cannot make them just like you. Ashe. Ashe.
Peace everyone, my name is Nadir Eshibola. I'm a graduate of Kilombo Academy.
All right, greetings you all. Habaragani.
Ujima.
I know, it's like a pop quiz. All day, someone's going to say Habaragani,
Ujima.
and they will look at you like, what you gonna say back? What's the word? Habaragani.
Ujima.
Yes, collective work and responsibility. Right now, I would like for us to give a warm welcome to Bakari Colbreth. He is going to lead us in Lift Every Voice and Sing. Yes. Warm welcome, friends. Put your hands together.
Thank you. Habaragani.
Ujima. Habaragani.
Awesome. You'll hear that all throughout this week. So thank you for allowing me to be here today. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling seas. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Thank you.
Okay, well, we're gonna, we're supposed to sing all three verses. All right, so.
Okay, wow, that was really beautiful. You have a great voice. Yes. And that's her grandson. Round of applause. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. So I also, just for anyone who doesn't know, because I don't want to assume, that song that he just sung is actually the Black National Anthem, which is really awesome. That someone took the time to write a song just for our community. That's it. So thank you to that ancestor who wrote that song. Ashe. All right, so I also wanted to take the moment to point out a few more items on our table. We have the corn, which I did not mention. Who knows what the corn represents in Kwanzaa? Anyone? Perfect. New knowledge. Oh, you know. Extra participation points. Oh, does she know?
No, she should know.
Does she know? I'm gonna tell y'all anyways. I love fresh minds. The corn represents the children. It represents the children. Isn't that interesting? And it also represents the idea of collective and community raising of children. So just being sure that we as a community practice Ujima and take collective responsibility also for the children in our community and our elders in our community and our peers. Ujima also represents the idea of collective work responsibility even when your family or community may have problems. Sometimes we may feel that problems of others are not problems of ours. However, if you do know instinctively that you have the ability to help someone, especially someone of your community, it is a good principle. It is a principle for you to practice Ujima and make that problem your problem, because then you know you all collectively have a solution. Ashe? Yes. I also want to share what Ashe means. Who knows what Ashe means? Yes. Ashe means, and so it is. It's another Swahili word meaning, and so it is. One of our elders yesterday shared a very interesting fact about our people, noting that in the diaspora, there are over 10,000 different cultures, tribes, peoples, and that was the number that he gave. There's far more throughout the diaspora itself, not even just the continent that we know as Africa. That means there are so many words to say God, to say amen, to say hallelujah, to say and so it is. And Ashe is one of those words that represents, number one, our connection to the Swahili language, because Swahili is a language that is spoken in multiple locations throughout the African diaspora. And number two, Ashe allows us to, say, that's what's up in a cool way. Ashe? And so it is. Oh yeah, Habarigani?
Ujima.
Ooh, y'all getting lax on me. Habarigani?
Ujima Habarigani.
What's it mean? Collective work and responsibility. Say it with me, family.
Collective work and responsibility.
Nice. I'm with it. Okay, I'm gonna do a little popcorn with my youth who are the truth. And also with y'all too. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna cancel you out. I would like to do a little popcorn of, like a representation of what collective work and responsibility means to you. An example, an idea of what collective work and responsibility means to you. So, show of hands, who would like to share? On the mic, yes. Ooh, y'all shy. I love it. But I know who would share.
To me, collective work and responsibility means working as a group in unison. We not necessarily have to agree with each other, but be on the same page on where we want to go.
Ashe. Ashe. So not to necessarily agree with each other, but be on the same page of where we want to go. So even though I may, think that I need to, I guess, be a lawyer and fight this fight to get to where we're going. And you're like, no, we need to own restaurants and fight this fight to get to where we're going. Doing it collectively and having the same goal is the point.
And it's about compromising, being able to communicate, work together, understand each other, realize that we do have personalities, different personalities, and there are many ways to get to one simple goal. And even though your goal may be, how you want to do it may be good, mine may be as well. And it's a way of working together to get to that point. Nobody is just exactly true. You know what I'm saying? We exactly got to do it your way. It's about being able to take different people's opinions and utilize them together.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Round of applause for that. Yes, she felt that. Young sir, would you like to share what collective work and responsibility means to you? Awesome. Would you like to speak into the mic? All right, you can just tell us.
You can't hear.
Wonderful. He said, doing what you have to do and working with others to get to your goal if it involves teamwork. Is that correct? Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Round of applause. Yes. I'm coming into the crowd. I'm coming into the crowd. Young lady, would you like to share what Ujima means to you?
You can't hear.
Okay, working together and doing what you have to do. So I think we all get that, for sure. Can you tell me an example of Ujima? So the idea of allowing someone to do what they need to do and also being able to come back together and work together. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Round of applause. Yes. Okay, a few more. Would anybody like to share? Is there, yes, ideas bubbling.
All right.
So, what's going on?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, basically everyone, let me read the microphone. Everyone doing,
Take your time.
everyone playing, their part in whatever the task may be. A good example of this would be something like, tug of war. Everyone has to, pull the rope at the same time in order to win. Also, if you're listening to this, Jarvis Watkins, I forgot the joke.
It's okay, you still made us all laugh. Thank you very much. Okay, so that was a good example, tug of war, especially because he mentioned a game that requires us to use strategy in order to reach our goal. And oftentimes, strategizing is extremely important to reach your goal, right? So even though it may seem like it's only about strength, or it's only about, pulling at the right time, it's a multitude of different aspects, including where you place each member of the team in order to strategically win the game of tug of war. So that was a great example. Thanks. All right. Does someone else want it? Yes. Would you like the mic? Yes.
Thank you so much. You did good.
Oh, sorry.
For me, everyone in the community may not recognize exactly what some of our issues and problems are. But if you know for sure, as an individual, that you do see something in the community that may need work, I do think it's our responsibility to make the right connections in our community to make sure that we find a solution to it, whatever that might be. And I'm thinking an example would be if we know that literacy is in our community and we see it, even though they're pushing them through, you know, their grade levels, but we know for a fact that they're still struggling. You know, I do think there should be a common place to eradicate that illiteracy from where we stand, number one, from what we see, but make it a common goal as a community to help supporting that. So, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we can always count on the mamas to point out a very practical use of, you know, Ujima, because that's a big one, just finding common goals or identifying common goals and just putting in the work to manifest the solutions for those goals. From this community, this side, would anyone like to share? Oh, what if I choose you? Will you share that? Okay, awesome. We're all in agreement. Well, thank you all. Anyone from the back, you know, I'm willing to take a walk if anyone has something on their heart to say. All right, thank you very much. You know, you gotta give opportunity for people to speak their minds. Awesome, that was awesome. Okay, I think, are we ready for something new?
We have another group that sent their video, some of them got ill, could not be here in person. They're getting ready to start it up. It's a beautiful presentation of Egun Omade. And they have performed, they're from New Jersey, they haven't been in Atlanta very long. They're a professional performing group. So I'm sure you're going to enjoy this one. So I think the media man is about ready to put it on the screen and the sound. We're going to go with it. Thank you. Thank you for your patience.
Welcome and greetings to you all. We are Egun Omode, children of the ancestors. Aren't we all children of the ancestors? Don't we all have a mama, a baba, an uncle, an auntie, a great, 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 great grandfather, or grandmother whose blood runs through our veins? Do you know their names? Do you honor their legacy? Do you heed to their will? We are children of the ancestors. Egun Omode. We sing and bring you blessings as we play the shikere. Listen to the ancestors that shine in what we do. The shikere just amplifies and call for them to come through. Are you listening, oh? We are Egun Omode.
and birds. You've heard this beat before. Same beat, new soil, if you get what I mean. See, we come from a land where the warriors stand fit and lean, rich and clean, adored yet unseen by the enemy. They fire guns and we sing a rebuttal sort of explosive. Our dances vibrate the ocean and send ripples from here to the motherland. Give us your hand and let us stand up again. Ashe. We are Egun Omode. Hello, children, talent so tall, skyscraper buildings were never this tall. Let's take this feeling and we gon' rise up to the stars. We are who we say we are, but wait a minute. Were these obstacles meant for me? I can't see, can't breathe. Saw a black boy dead in the street. Is that me? Was I just meant to bleed? Star seeds are here now, and we won't leave. Fire burning in my EYE, so take heed to this song. The kings and queens, they live through me, and we are breaking free. We like water, we are water in the flesh. I am metamorphosis, carry on, you carry me to happiness. I call you mommy water, Suki, Umi, but I need water. Yeah, so come and pour me. We are good more day. Get ready to sing the more job, the great more job. Y'all ready? Say yeah. I can't hear them. Y'all ready? Say yeah. One more time if y'all ready, say yeah. Oh me oh, oh me oh, oh me I don't see them blue lights, stop signs, Mr. Vision lights, police. Boy, I'm blind, so if I come with 40 warriors with pistols, I suggest you murderers go run and hide. I'm tired of these slickers, tired of these lies. Watching my own village get gentrified. So if you see my mama, go and kiss her, cause her son is fighting for her life, screaming, I just don't die, water is life. I come with ties, this world is mine. You won't survive through my tsunami. Join me as we go back. Back before rappers were allowed to sound like Mushmouth and Fat Albert. And if you rap that you ran these streets and turn around and took pictures in the skirt, you would probably get knocked to sleep. And back then, we like to begin our lullabies with here we go. Once upon a time, not long ago, when wore pajamas and life slow, when laws were stern and justice stood, and people were behaving like they ought to good, and we definitely woke up when we heard, whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police, hey, whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police. And our brothers would play this song every day, but never really obeyed what Erica said. Bad lady, you gon' miss your bus, hey, you can hurry up, cause you got too much stuff. I guess nobody ever told you, all you must hold on to is you, is you, is you. Yeah, we going way back, baby. Back when Martin spoke of the promised land and all our hearts yearned. When Malcolm snapped, pointing in a direction and all his people turned. They said that's too much power for one man to have. but we used to have much more power than that. Y'all gonna see. Keep calm, because I'm going back. Back before Harriet navigated the portals to send slaves into different vortexes, into different states, or should I say, states of existence. I promise you was the goal. And if y'all don't know, y'all better read Water Dance on my tiny heated coats, because our magic is real, as the bullet that killed your husband, just so he could show you he could return as your grandson, or maybe your great-grandson. Nah, we gonna have fun with this. Y'all gonna understand just how powerful black love gets when it goes back. Back as bullets get unshot, back as guns get uncocked, back as our hearts get unlocked, cause you can't be numb to a massacre you ain't seen yet. Just remember who brought it to you. Back as cotton-filled hymns get unsung, back as slave trades get undone, back as the slave ships named after your Jesus moonwalked on water that set you back up at your sky-high empire set up all over Africa. Sorry for the interruption, they said as they left. Back to your parents whose death you never wept. Back to the ancient wisdom in which you never kept. Back to your mate who beside them you've never slept. Back to your people. Back to your equals. Back to when it's safe to be see-through. Back to your power. Back to your glory. Back to the stage where we tell your story. We are Egu Omode. Survive the test of time, time and time again. You have mapped out the stars, masterminded physical laws, and received secrets from the ocean deep and the wind. Black culture in America. You are the hope in that flag, in that red, in that black, in that green, but they seem to not remember the summer in December. It gets cold as the winter, but black people, their power, it timbers the walls. Black culture in America. You are that memory that just won't leave. You are that breath when I just can't breathe. You are that warrior maker when America makes fiends. Black culture in America, it is time we celebrate.
Yeah.
King Island bring us together, oh, it's better that way. Heart feeling like that's a feather, oh, it's right there on your face. Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa, Korenga is your father. Moving smarter, the people working harder. Celebrate our own way, now valuing our own fame. Now dollar reciprocates, now my ancestors will break now. We live the way you ride.
Okay, round of applause for that amazing, amazing video. That was beautiful. I mean, wow, who has moves like that in the building? I don't either. I need to go to class. So definitely, Habaragani. Habaragani?
Ujima,
Collective work and responsibility. Let's practice this. After you say Ujima, also say collective work and responsibility. Can we practice that? All right. Habaragani.
Ujima, collective work and responsibility.
Yes. Doesn't that feel complete? Yes. Awesome. Thank you all. Give yourselves a round of applause for also just, again, your energy, your attention, your vibe, for you being here today at the new Black Wall Street Market. We are extremely, extremely grateful for you to be here. In a few moments, we will have another guest coming to sing us out, and it will be fabulous. Just give me one quick second. Okay, so Aziza is, oh, the singer's name is Aziza. That's so funny.
That's your
okay.
name.
Because my name is Aziza.
Phoenix.
Okay, her name is Phoenix. Okay, that was such a mom thing to forget your baby's names and then name us the same thing at the same time. That was good. Okay, thank you. All right, well, her name is Phoenix, it's not Aziza, but she will be here in a brief moment. I wanted to also highlight this aspect of Ujima. One of the fundamental aspects of Ujima is to build and maintain our community, but it also says that our collective identity in the long run is our collective future. And when we think about what identity means, sometimes it may look all different types of ways. That's the magical aspect and the beautiful aspect of the Pan-African community, is that we are so vast in the variety of who we are and how we represent ourselves, right? Right?
Right.
Right. And aren't we proud of that? Don't we love that our hair looks different and our faces and the clothes we wear and the music we listen to, right? And what's also very powerful about, when you put all these different principles together, because I know some of our audience members, this is your first time celebrating Kwanzaa. And I don't want you to have to wait until the 7th day to find out all 7 principles. So I'm going to take a moment to give you a preview into the rest of the week so that you can know what is to come. There will be much more explanation and representation of what these principles mean. However, just to give you a full scope of what the principles are, because when you put them all together, they really build a beautiful foundation for what the Pan-African community looks like, what our community can look like, and yes. So, I'm gonna step back really quick. I would love some participation also. After I say the principle and the meaning, I'm going to hold the mic out, and I'd love for you all to say it as well, because that is a part of the way that we learn together. When you say it, you can feel it, you can hear it, you may even see it. It's perfect. Y'all got me?
Got you.
Awesome. All right. So principle number 1 is umoja, unity.
Umoja, unity.
One more time. Umoja, unity.
Umoja, unity.
The second principle is kujichagulia, self-determination.
Kujichagulia, self-determination.
One more time. Kujichagulia, self-determination.
Kujichagulia, self-determination.
Wonderful. And kujichagulia reminds us to name ourselves, define ourselves, and speak for ourselves. Ujima, collective work and responsibility.
Ujima, collective work and responsibility.
One more time. Ujima, collective work and responsibility.
Ujima, collective work and responsibility.
Once again, as you'll hear more and more today, I hope, to build and maintain our community together and to make our brothers and sister problems our problems so that we can solve them together. Ujima, cooperative economics.
Ujima, cooperative economics.
Ujima, cooperative economics.
Ujima, cooperative economics.
It's the new Black Wall Street, y'all. Oh, you got my joke, but you get it. It's true. Cooperative economics. We come together, we buy black, we sell black. You know what I'm saying? If I have the opportunity to be able to say, hey, I can provide a service, I can provide something for you, let me go ahead and do that. And you vice versa. You got something for me, I'd rather give you my money. All right? So, cooperative economics. Kaumba, creativity.
Kaumba, creativity.
Kaumba, creativity.
Kaumba, creativity.
Being creative in everything that you do. I often, just a little tidbit, I'm a visual artist, but I also consider myself a creative, period. I often hear people say, oh, I'm not creative. Really? How many times have you heard someone say, show of hands, oh, I'm not creative? How many times? Plenty. How often have you heard the idea, the principle that we are created in the Creator's image? Show of hands. How do you find a solution to a math problem? You have to get creative and put things together. How do you create the food that you make, that you feed your children? You gotta get creative in that kitchen, right?
Right.
I believe, and I know, based off of those just examples right there, we all have creativity within us. The ability to be able to create and recreate is the way that we continue to build for our community and build for our future. So how many of us are creative? Show of hands. We're all creative. I should see some hands. You gotta tap in, sis. How many of us are creative? Show of hands. Absolutely. Each and every. You're not creative, brother? What? You, sir, I sure hope on the day of Kwanzaa creativity that you are in the crowd. I really do hope so, because I know that you are creative. I can feel it. I know it. Do you skateboard? You skateboard?
That's creative.
Y'all, the man said he's not creative, but somehow he knows how to make a board do flips. That's your creative energy coming out. Also, your atoms each and every day choose to create you. Your genes each and every day have created who you are for you to show up every day right here with us. That's your creative energy coming out. It's okay. Day 5 is for you. Kwanzaa, creativity. Nia, purpose.
Nia, purpose.
Nia, purpose.
Nia, purpose.
That's a really good one. For us to tap into our purpose of who we are, how we serve our community, how we serve ourselves, and making sure that your purpose is in alignment with a higher purpose. That's a very important aspect of Nia. It always says that your purpose is not a selfish purpose, it's more so a collective purpose. And last but not least, Imani, faith. Can you say Imani, faith?
Imani, faith.
Imani, faith.
Imani, faith.
Have faith in yourselves, have faith in your community, have faith in the Creator, have faith in the possibilities, and also tying all of them together, putting in that collective work, putting in that creativity, thinking in the mind of unity, and doing all of these things with a purpose for, of course, having faith is one thing, but all of those principles put together is what gives your faith the aspect to rise. So faith is like, on the bottom, it's the 7th principle, but it's like that last pinch of salt in the pot that makes everything just spark up. Y'all feel me? Ashe. You all are wonderful. You all are absolutely wonderful. Give me 1 second. I just want to check on Phoenix, and I'll be right back. Take a breath. Breathe in all of those principles. Awesome. So she is still on her way. I also wanted to point out that the straw mat on the table represents the foundation of the community. You also have different aspects of carvings that represent, of course, you have the Ankh, which represents eternal life, and other carvings that represent the mother, father, awesome, and she is here. I love that. That's fantastic. So, essentially, Dr. Karenga and a lot of other people, this is what I wanted to say about culture. It came back to me. Dr. Karenga made sure to dip into all different types of, cultural aspects so that no one felt pushed out in any type of way, because we are a collective identity. And like the principle says, our collective identity is our collective future. With that being said, as we get into Kabumba and we get into our creativity, aspects of your personal identity, aspects of your cultural identity that were passed down to you from your family or that you identify with, I know that in your home, as you celebrate Kwanzaa, you can integrate those things, because it's important that you recognize that the way in which you represent yourself 365 days, it's important for our collective representation. So feel free. On the day of Ka'umba, we have a feast, and that feast is a wonderful opportunity to mix in and blend in the different aspects of your family's traditions, the foods you may eat, the songs you may sing. Tie those all into your celebration, because your culture is our culture. Ashe? All right, thank you all so much for your attention. Thank you so very much for your vibe. And I would like to, at this moment, invite up Phoenix. She's our songstress, and she's going to bring us to a nice closing. And yes, can we get a round of applause for this outfit?
My mom made this outfit for me for Juneteenth.
Yes.
Maybe I should back up. But the song today that I'm going to be singing is called Stand Up. And I love this song. And it's a representation of, like, all it takes is one person to make a community move forward. So even if you don't feel like you are that person, know that we all are. And so it's about just walking in your purpose. So you can play first. Please turn to the side. Weight on your shoulder, a bullet in my heart. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. You hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it. And I'll fight with the strength that I got until I die. That's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a across the river, you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone. And I just might fail, but Lord knows I'll try. Sure stars fill up the sky. Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you.
Yeah. Bring
Sorry,
another
you
one.
guys putting together this. I'm super, super excited for what's to come with Black Wall Street, new Black Wall Street. Yes.
Bring another one.
My name is Rachel Ponder. I go by Phoenix in the community. I am an activist, so I charge in different areas in my community, whether that's politically, in growing spaces around Atlanta, helping to produce more growers and artistically. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was beautiful. Did you write that song?
No, I didn't. And I almost didn't sing it because I just did a recovery like a week ago. So I'm like,
You did great. You did great. That's a very beautiful song. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Well, I am super excited for what else is to come. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for just sharing. I have a pocket. Thank you for sharing your attention, sharing your vibration, being here. Did you all enjoy this program? Yes? Awesome. Thank you so much. Just to let you know, the last few days of Kwanzaa, first of all, every day of Kwanzaa, we will be holding this program here at the new Black Wall Street Market. So please, please do come back, bring your friends, tell your friends, invite them to come and experience this space. The last few days, we will be holding a raffle. And the items in this raffle will be coming from the different businesses here in the new Black Wall Street Market. So round of applause for those different ones and businesses that are giving to the raffle to share their prizes with you. And please, please, if you are interested, if you walk around and saw some things you like, it might be in the raffle. You might just get lucky. So please do come back for that. I would like to bring up Mama Devantu to close us out in a Harambe. And yes, please give her a round of applause for organizing this, bringing us all together. We are extremely grateful for the work that you do. Thank you.
Again, let's give Aziza a big hand. She's a great guest host we had. Thank you so much. Okay, on the raffle. The proceeds from that raffle will go to African Center School scholarships. For those children who would like to go to an African Center School, that's where the profits will go to those. But it's the organization that schools apply for to get scholarships for children to go to African Center School. Yeah. Okay, so again, thank you all for coming. And again, tell your friends. And we're going to have you stand. And we're going to, I'm going to lead you in the African pledge. And look like my son is coming up here to take the mic. Okay, so I want you to repeat after me. And the last part of this pledge will be 7 harambe's. And I say Tatu, we're going to start those harambe's. And the very last one, I want you to say as loud as you can so everybody in this building can hear us. Ready? Repeat after me. For the fruition of African power.
For the fruition of African power.
For the tribe African nationhood.
For the tribe African nationhood.
We pledge to our African nation.
We pledge to our African nation.
To the building of a better people.
To the building of a better people.
And a better world.
And a better world.
Our total devotion.
Our total devotion.
Our total resources.
Our total resources.
And the total power.
And the total power.
Of our mortal lives.
Of our mortal
We are
life.
the first and the last.
The first and the last.
The Alpha and the Omega.
The Alpha and Omega.
We pledge to.
We pledge to.
Think African.
Think African.
Speak African.
Speak African.
Pray African.
Say African.
Love African.
Love African.
Buy African.
Buy African.
And be African.
And be African.
Because we are African.
Because we are
We'll
African.
do African things today.
We'll do African things today
To ensure us of a united African states tomorrow.
to ensure the United African States for tomorrow.
On the count of Tatu, we're going to do 7 harambe's. And remember the last one, we're going to say it as loud and as long as we can. Moja and Billy Tatu.
Harambe, 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 Harambe,
Thank you.